Hello everyone and welcome back to Kindness Wins Games, where we're playing Oxygen Not Included in the Spaced Out DLC. Let us return to the Love Shack. In our first episode, we set up the core of our base. We built a barracks, a washroom, dining room, farm. We have an area here for research and power generation. We have this insulated wall here to prevent some heat from entering the base from the east. And we are in good shape. So let's decide what we want to do here today. As our dupes are cleaning up, I think it would be smart to continue our research. So, teching up to a coal power plant might be smart fairly early on. Freeze up a dupe. Although I really am a huge fan of these manual generators. They're sustainable, and they keep our dupes in good shape. Oh, I'm just now noticing this new music. Really like it a lot. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. This area here is going to be our kitchen. So, maybe what we do today is focus on getting our kitchen up and running. We can do some exploration. We want to be careful, though, about where we dig, just to make sure that we don't get too much heat entering the base. We could kind of come up here to the northeast, carve this out a little bit. So, kitchen, some exploration up this way, resource collection. And then I'm sure that we will come up with some other things we want to accomplish along the way. Well, let's start there. Oh, whoops. Let's collapse our resources here so that doesn't happen. And I wonder if we replace a couple of our tiles with mesh tiles, will the light flood through? Let's see. No. Okay, so eventually what we'll want to do here is put in some glass tiles, but we are not close to that at the moment. So for now, we'll just utilize a lamp wherever our dupes will be doing the work. And, oh, you know what we should be teching up next is our refrigerator. So as soon as internal combustion's finished, we'll get our refrigerator going, because if I recall, last time we noticed, yeah, see, all right, my hypothesis for this was incorrect. It turns out that if your oxygen gas pressure gets high enough, it will push out the carbon dioxide. You can see, we're kind of going back and forth between a sterile atmosphere and a non-sterile atmosphere. If we pull up our gas overlay, can see that we've got oxygen and carbon dioxide floating here. So let's come up here and research agriculture. Okay, so we'll put a refrigerator here. And, you know, maybe we might want two there. So let's save a couple of spaces. And then we'll put a grill here and a lamp. And we'll need to run power. We're getting to the point where we want to keep an eye on our power. Oh, no, we're actually doing fine. Our potential load... Okay, so the way that power works in Oxygen Not Included is our power production at this time is 400 watts when we have a duplicate running on this. And as the duplicate runs, it charges this battery, and then the battery powers everything that we have along this line. So right now, you can see that our current load is kind of bouncing around a little bit, but it's kind of hovering around 200 or 300 watts out of a total 1,000 watts. So if our load goes above that 1,000 watts, we will begin experiencing some problems with wire breakages and things like this. And you can see that the potential load is 763. So we still have a little bit of slack, for lack of a better word. Not a better word, but one that I can't find at the moment. So we are doing well. Okay, so let's see. At the moment, we really only have mealwood, and that's all right. We can turn that mealwood into pickled meal, and this will increase the value of the mealwood that we harvest, and it also makes it so that it stays longer, which is fantastic. Okay, we have our coal generator available if we want to tech up to that at some point soon. And, oh, look at this, insufficient oxygen generation. That's surprising. We're at max gas pressure here, so this isn't producing. I think that we're fine. I'm not worried. Now, let's think about this. How do we want to orient our exploration here? Do we want to just take this ladder up? Maybe this ladder up? This would hit here. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Let's go up this way. Gather some of those resources there. Oh, that's right. We have no one who can operate the grill. Okay. No problem. Let's speed things up. What is this? Polluted dirt. Ah, okay. Let's just do this. Put another compost in there. Oh yeah, look at this. Our deodorizer is working. And as the deodorizer cleans up the polluted oxygen here, it is producing clay. So the sand that we fill the deodorizer with sort of absorbs all of that pollution, and that turns it into clay, which is great. We can use that later on. Agriculture is fairly close to being finished. Perfect. Let's put a refrigerator in here. And at this time, it's really not totally necessary, considering that the majority of our food is going to be pickled mealwood. But that's all right. This will free up a little bit of space here, and then maybe we can begin thinking about pouring our water into a more permanent reservoir. Colony achievement. Let's check it out. Outdoor renovations. Construct a building outside the initial starting biome. Awesome. Must be a ladder here. And I'm not selecting new research at the moment because I want to finish sweeping up some of this stuff and kind of get ahead of the errands that we've already put in place there. Put this to all 9, and makes this a 5. They'll prioritize the refrigerator over the ration box. All right, let's just take a moment here and watch the dupes work. Or in this case, relax and eat. Since there's a shine bug in here, and because we don't yet have automation, I'm actually going to go ahead and deconstruct our wires here. This will save a little bit of power, and it'll also prevent the heat production. Ooh, the other thing to consider here is that this shine bug is actually going to be very hungry because there's nothing to eat in here. So why don't we release it? Ooh, this is really exciting. So this is a stone hatchling egg, and stone hatchlings are extremely valuable because of the way that the game, or because of the way that the stone hatchlings produce more using the materials that you feed them. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. Ranching is one of my favorite aspects of the game, so I'm excited to get into that. And it's nice that we already have the stone hatchling. Usually this is something that we have to work toward. So a little bit of a boon from the game here. Okay, so we're revealing some of the northeast of the map here, and we can see we've got this cold biome. These wheezeworts are going to come in handy. Lots of sleet wheat around. This is food that our dupes can eat and also turn into some kind of bread, I think it is, or like a sweet treat. I can't remember. Let's make sure this isn't too much. Yeah. Sometimes you can have little pockets where there's a tremendous gas pressure. And I didn't want to release like a huge pocket of carbon dioxide, but this should be fine. All right. Let us see what's behind door number 1 here. Looks like a vending machine and then maybe like a desk or something here. New printables are available. Let's slow things down, see what we have in the printer here. All right, sandstone. We have a Lindsay operating rocketry. Gosman with rocketry plus 10 piloting. That's pretty good. Also, buff is pretty nice. And then we have Frankie with operating and building here. Not especially excited about any of these dupes here. Let's take some sandstone. And then we'll do a sweep command here. And another cycle has gone by, and it just feels like our dupes are moving somewhat slowly. That might be because of poor base layout. Not saving room for the fire poles is definitely a mistake that I regret, but we're not going to go back and fix it. because it would require us to move around too many things at the moment. Like I said last episode, we can switch these over to plastic ladders at some point in the near future. That'll speed things up quite a bit. All right, we have some more water over here to the east and some Sweetles. At some point, we're going to break into this chlorine and use it to sort of clean our polluted water. The chlorine will kill all of the food poisoning germs, allowing us to recycle the water into the base. Oh no, Stinky is sick. How did Stinky get sick? Let's see. He has food poisoning. Okay, so if we look here into our food, you can see we do have some germs. I believe they will decay over time. Meep is sparkle streaking, which is nice. Okay, so we have ran out of space to store materials, and I love that. Let's install like a little storage area here, right underneath of our farm. Alright, and we want to set this to be sweep only, and similar to before, we want to just be a little bit cautious about what we're putting in here. And you might be thinking, like, why am I not just copy-pasting from the other ones? And that's because since we installed those storage bins up at the core of the base, I think we've revealed new materials. I want to make sure that those are included in this. Alright, so we can copy. Alright. Oh, we also have some chlorine up here. The problem is, the chlorine that we have available is all in hot zones. So we might want to create a full insulation barrier before we dig into those areas. Be time to create some additional schedules here while they're on their downtime. So we're going to want, let's call the default schedule 9 to 5ers. This will be kind of like our standard schedule here. This one will be for early birds. And this one will be for night owls. And we might even do one, we'll call this one afternoon cats. Alright, so let's see, let's put kind of want to set this up so that there's some overlap in the downtime. So we'll do something like this. So the early birds are just going to get up a little bit earlier compared to our 9 to 5ers, and then our night owls, they're going to work through the night and then sleep in the morning here. And then we will provide some bath time. I guess it should look like this, actually. And then another bath time there. And let's leave afternoon cats alone for now. We will come back to that later. In fact, we'll kind of leave all of this as is for now. I think we don't really need to worry about it until we have dupes who have either the early bird or the night owl attribute, and then what's the word I'm looking for? Trait, I guess. And then the other thing is, as we get more dupes, we're going to want to kind of spread them out. But for now, oh, is Stinky still sick? Where's Stinky? Stinky is still sick with food poisoning. Okay, he's almost recovered. You know, let's go ahead and install some... Oh, see, we don't even have... We don't even have our medicine maker station. Yeah, let's research this. Duplicates must possess the medical compounding skill to fabricate medicines. Okay, so we won't be able to use it yet, but let's research the building. So we need to be on the lookout for dupes with a skill that will allow us to cook and a skill that will allow us to make medicine. And if we happen to find a dupe or receive a dupe that has both, that would be quite fantastic. Are we unable to unlock this door? I could have sworn I hit submit bioscan already on this. Let's see what happens here. And we made it to almost cycle 21. And things are going well, but as I said a few moments ago, it is feeling a little bit slow here. What can we do to streamline things a little bit? Maybe it's time to get our coal power plant up and running. Yeah, let's do that. Put it right here. And actually, you know what? We'll put batteries down here as well. Do 2 batteries. Coal generator. No. Sorry. We actually need a bin for coal. Put a battery there. Colony achievement. Let's see what this is. Ghosts of Gravitas. Ah, we opened that door. Recover a database entry by inspecting facility ruins. All right, let's check that out real fast. So we did unlock this. Oh, okay, so it's just a table. And then we can rummage through this and get some of these field rations, these nutrient bars here. Looks like Base General Meep is on it. Let's follow him. Oh, whoops, not move to. Follow cam. There we go. All right, Meep, let's do it. He just smacks it a couple of times and they all fall out. That's awesome. Okay. I want to begin working toward automation so that our coal power plant doesn't just use up all of our coal for no reason. And even though we can't use it yet, let's go ahead and install a apothecary as well. And where should we put this? Just put it up here for now. Put all of our coal here as a 6. Okay, so let's talk about priorities for a second here. Because all of my storage units, all of these storage units are all set to 5 priority, and this storage bin is set to 6, this one's a little bit of a higher priority, so the dupes will take any coal that we have stored in these 5 priority bins and put it into this 6 priority, which is great. Now we have our coal in a localized location. And dupes will be able to easily feed the coal into our generator. Now, when this is built, we're going to turn it off to make sure that we don't burn coal unnecessarily. Actually, because Joshua is such a whiz, we might actually have... And we do. So we have our... Okay. So we need to do a couple of quick things here. Let's turn this off, disable building, and then we need a rock crusher up here. This rock crusher needs to be done. What we'll do is crush up some metal ore to turn it into ore that we can use, or not ore, material that we can use for automation. See, we need refined metal. So this is going to provide that for us. All right. Copper will do just fine. Queue up about 10 of these. 9 works fine. All right. Choose a blueprint. Okay, we've got Liam, rocketry. Lyra, operating, supplying, digging. Stinky, rocketry and tidying. And then some oxalite here. All right. Not interested in Liam or Stinky. He's a mouth breather. But look at this. Lyra is a... Or Lyra? Lyra might actually be how you say that. Now I'm saying out loud. She has just a low-level bumps in some of these skills. Operating, supplying, and digging, which is good. And she's a night owl, which I love. Just make sure. The fact that she's a yokel isn't a big deal at all. There's another one of these that's really bad, which like lowers the skill leveling. I can't remember what that one's called, but we are going to go ahead and take Lyra, and then let's call her let's see, what are we going to have her doing? Operating, supplying, and digging. Let's call her generalist. No, that's terrible. We will go ahead and do laborer. Is that how you spell laborer? No. Laborer is spelled with an E. There we go. Laborer Lyra. And print. And then we're going to put her, not early bird, but night owl. And because we want to have someone for Lyra to kind of work with, we're going to put builder Stinky on the night owl schedule as well. And then it's out of bed. Just thinking things through here a little bit. I want to tap into this cool steam vent soon. It's producing steam at 110 degrees Celsius. So it's hot, but not hot enough to really leverage, at least early on. Make this a little bit of a higher priority. I'm going to get some of this automation going. Yeah, punch it. Base General Meat taking care of business here. And now... Oh, I forgot. We need a smart battery. The automation wire won't do anything on its own. We need something that tells it to turn on and off. And do we want to get... Oh, sweet Drecos. We were talking about how we needed Drecos for plastic. So that's good. We have a Dreco here. Well, this is great. We have a lot of coal. Yeah, almost 30 tons of coal. That's great. Gives us a really nice sort of buffer before getting ranching up. And it occurs to me that I did not actually skill up Laborer Lyra here. Let's give her improved carrying, and then give her just a nice hat here. All right, looking good, Lyra. Looking good. Let's check out our Cycle 22 report. Make sure things are going okay. A lot of travel time. Although I guess that's because there's just so many store errands. So they're running to pick materials up and then running to store it away. We can kind of leave these doors open for now. All right, our research is almost done. We're going to get our smart battery up. We can leave this jumbo battery here as kind of excess storage. This one I don't want to leave here. And we can eliminate this wire. Okay, and now, smart battery. Also, I think, let's just do this for right now. Okay, automation. Okay, and we'll set our low threshold to 15 and our high threshold to 75. A little bit arbitrary, but this prevents the base from running out of power because the coal generator will turn on as soon as this gets to 15% charged. If we have it set to 0, there would be a moment where we lose power, which would like interrupt work happening and things like that. Okay, but now that we have this up and running, let's go ahead and enable building. And then I don't want to destroy the manual generator yet. We're just going to lower the priority of it. Maybe we'll even raise the priority of this. All right, and there we go. We have coal power. Excellent. Okay, so modest progress here this afternoon. This episode is significantly shorter than the first because I have an Eagles game to get to. Thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back here in the Love Shack very soon.